I wish I didn't have to use as much OPSEC as I did when I wrote my article.
Oh, are we live spin? Oh, okay. Hello, everybody. Um, Welcome to December. Yeah, true. Well, there were some words that will be said, and you will hear more on this stream that were being said before the stream. We are joined tonight. Bill cannot join us tonight because his computer running Windows 7 just cannot handle Discord anymore. So he's taking it in to get looked at, I think, in the next couple days. So we'll see if he can get his computer up and running. We are, however, joined tonight by Politicrat. Hello, sir.
Hello. It's been a while.
It has been a while. Maybe? I think so.
I think last time I think I was on your stream. Maybe I think I was last November and last October, and then I remember you were on my election stream.
Yeah,
and we were watching Trump get elected in real time. So that was fun.
So it's a sort of a 1 year, essentially, more or less, review in some ways that since the last time I think we've been on stream together.
We were on stream. I think we've been on stream. I think
we have
4 times. No, we've been on Yiz's. We were on Yiz's a couple times since then.
I think so. Right. But it's a good time to review because that is, I think, sort of what you've written an article recently in Reason that discusses what does the future look like for the Democrats if they want to have any chance of winning. And it dovetails well into how I wanted to sort of introduce the stream tonight, which is that, well, with failure after failure and disappointment, and maybe they're not total failures, but let's say disappointment after disappointment, some severe and continual betrayal of the base, Trump has really managed to muck this first year of his second term up in astonishing speed, and despite having just about all the goodwill that he could possibly have in the world following the assassination of Charlie Kirk, they have managed to just expel all of that political energy down the tube. And as a result, when we're looking at midterm projections, and polls are famously unreliable, of course, polling data, but when we start to look at midterm projections, as of right now, sitting a year after his election, it's not looking very good for the GOP. Now, that doesn't necessarily bother me too much, but because I can't stand them, but I also can't stand the Democrats. So, I mean, well, I'm just observing it. I'm observing what's happening. So I thought, however, we'd start out with a little bit of Christmas stuff before we get all doom and gloom politicky, and I get to your article a little bit. I don't know how much you want to talk about it, but I'll have the article up, and we can go over your hypotheses, I suppose, and your argument, because I am interested in hearing it. I have not read it, because I'm sorry about that. So you have to give me the TLDR.
It's not just like a news piece. It's actually like a featured piece. It didn't make the cut, unfortunately, for the print edition.
Oh, really?
I do have an article coming out for the print edition of the February issue, though, that is basically, it is defending the decision to reinstore DC's only Confederate statue.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we can talk. Maybe we can talk more about that.
For sure.
When that comes out. But yeah, I wanted to mostly focus on. I guess this one when we have the chance, yeah.
Oh yeah. The reason the reasons I've not read it is because I went to go find it this afternoon, and then I couldn't find the link you'd sent me of it before, and I was looking through all our DMs, but that's why I asked you for it to get it before we started. But you'll have to elucidate us on the
That might just be me being retarded. So there we go. First,
I think you may have sent it to me in something else because I could not find it in the DMs. But
I sent it to you on Facebook.
Oh,
not Facebook. Twitter.
That's what I thought, but I looked on Twitter. I couldn't find it. I don't know. It
doesn't matter.
I'm sure I'm doing a boomer. Arsion 504 for 5 says, "Hey Aiden, there's a comment."
Did you look in the chat and not maybe the messaging thing on Twitter?
I guarantee that's what it is. That Twitter now breaks your DMs into chats and messages. I'm sure that's what happened.
What's been going on. That's insane because I keep getting confused because the layout is all different. Like what?
And so it goes to the chat, and that's why I couldn't find it. Okay. Arsion 504 for 5 says, "Hey Aiden, there's a common stereotype that male feminists are predators. Is there any research to support this?" I don't know about any research on it, although, and I wonder why there's not, and why I'm not familiar with it. But that is definitely a thing. There is tons of anecdotal evidence. I'm not even sure how you would be able to do a study on that, because it's normally not that they're. I mean, what do you mean by predator? Usually the way people define that, it's like they're creepy, they are interacting with women and interacting in these feministy
here's a
spaces
good
specifically to
example.
get tail.
You know, see Rick and Morty.
Yeah, I have a high enough IQ to comprehend Rick and Morty.
Yes, but Morty's father is that.
Oh, what's his name? Stan or well, no, not Stan. What's it?
Jerry?
Jerry. That's it.
Well, are we
Yes.
talking about
Yes.
a cucks? A cuck?
I mean, he is a
What?
cuck, but
Yeah,
He is a
the,
cuck,
the
yeah.
predator thing. Yes.
yes.
Yeah, he'd be a good
How-
example of that. And
I
also,
thought,
yes, it
however-
is true because it says stereotype, and stereotypes always based
Yes.
on truth.
True, indeed. I thought, however, we'd start with before I dunk on Trump a little bit and the state of the Republican apparatus more broadly. Since it is Christmas, we are now in December, and I'm working on a video
God.
about Christmas, and it's coming along pretty quickly, which I hopefully will be done by the end of the month. I'm sure of it. 'Cause it's quite a lot shorter than most of my videos. By that I mean it'll be about an hour rather than 2. Anyway, so in the spirit of Christmas, though, I thought we'd do a little
Jerry's his
reflection
name,
on
yes.
who?
The father's name.
Oh, Jerry. Yes.
Yeah.
The Biden White House's Christmas video versus this
That's not a
one that's come out
Christmas
this
video,
year.
that's an abomination.
Oh, was that the multiracial?
Yeah,
like,
here it is.
Nutcracker, whatever.
Here it is.
Oh God,
I don't know about
when
the
was it?
music.
2021.
I think it must have been 2021. It was
This seems like it wasn't a long time ago, but it was too long to have just
40.
been like 2 or 3 years ago.
I think this probably was their first year. I don't remember them doing this again because oh my god, it's just so. Did they? What?
She looks special. She looks very special.
This is lovely 480p. I don't know why this is such low quality, but that's all right. You don't really need to see it in high def, do you?
Bitch of a system.
Well, what they're like blackwashing a German girl.
I mean, everyone is black for the most part or brown, you know, and it's just so very gay.
This is very gay. Like
It's awful.
It's
Like
very bad. Yeah.
I don't think I can make it all the way through. You get the fucking gist. Just awful, terrible.
It's just, and it's tap dances. So you hear the tap dancing like in the background.
Meanwhile,
Reminds me of the '90s, like tap dancing with Elmo. If you guys remember that.
No, I never saw that. But I mean, it's just horribly gay. Here, however, is Melania Trump's Christmas message or whatever that came out a couple days ago.
Has actual cinematography.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a nightmare, like a drug-fueled gay nightmare.
It looks like it's a little too dramatic, but I kind of like the vibe.
It's a little
It
Better
could just-
Homes and Gardens.
It could be better if it was just her walking through a forest for 30 seconds.
True, but I mean, it's to show the decorations in the White House, I suppose.
I just always found it hilarious that like her entire, so kind of like how Michelle Obama's whole thing was like healthy eating. Her whole thing was anti-bullying.
Yeah.
She's married to Trump.
I know. Right? Well, I guess you have to. It's like
literally schoolyard bully.
she's
like,
there's the triage group, right? The
It's
triage
hilarious,
unit.
No, it's just the lack of self-awareness. I mean, she might be self-aware. I feel
Maybe.
I have a strange feeling that they're like still together
Yeah.
for the press.
Well, maybe. But just the difference really is night and day. Or
Yeah.
night and gay, perhaps. Is more
Night and
accurate.
day. Yeah.
Manny Yutsushai for 5 says, I just want to say sorry for derailing the stream last time with that AI video. And my boomer is with Discord. Merry Christmas to you all. No, no problem, man. No problem at all. So I do think, though, thank you, though, for the 5. And yeah, it is very telling just from the way that they have the White House has represented itself over the last couple years is that certainly is evident. The other thing that I wanted to bring up before we get into the article is these early polls for the midterms. Now, polls, like I said before, are notoriously unreliable and a bit bullshit. But this is what a midterm map is projected to look like when considering Trump's 25% approval rating amongst independents. Not good is the answer. This is a lot of support for the Dems, and I don't expect it to be overwhelming. I think it won't be this strong, depending on what happens. But I think that it feels, as if MAGA is also being put away. And this is, of course, what we have been speculating would follow woke, is that MAGA needs to be, all the energy from MAGA needs to be put away and exercised as well. And it's really easy to do that with all the Epstein stuff and Trump just breaking promise after promise and deprioritizing the people he said he would time and time again.
Coincidentally, the article before the one that we're going to look at later, that I did, it was actually I was covering Rand Paul, who discussed, so if Trump invades Venezuela, that's going to destroy the MAGA movement.
We'll talk about that a little. Well, talk about that a little bit. It will. I mean, it has been, particularly the last few months, disastrous, I would say, in many ways, in terms of, and particularly, once again, in just wasting the political energy over the last 2 months that was there after Charlie Kirk's assassination. That was such a time to make moves. I mean, I hate to say it, but like in terms of optics, in terms of power, that is a time to move. When you have a martyr.
They didn't exploit, and I say this from a purely neutral, Machiavellian, cold, analytical perspective. They did not exploit his death enough.
No, they really didn't, and I really expected them to do crazy shit with it, but they didn't. I mean, the only person who's done crazy shit with it is Candace Owens.
That is.
Oh my, that's yeah. You're right. I was never even a huge Charlie Kirk fan. In fact, I actually got banned from Twitter in 2019 for calling him a very mean name. That was when my first Twitter account was banned.
Did you say he had a small face?
No, I'll tell you after. But,
okay. Is it one of the words that we're going to be hearing a lot tonight?
Actually, yeah, it is. Okay. So and posthumously, I have a little bit more respect for Charlie Kirk than I have for him in life. I'm just going to make that disclaimer. I feel like I didn't maybe appreciate him quite enough, even though I had some profound,
you're allowed to disagree with somebody profoundly politically and still be
he was
affected by their death.
He was basically predicting, this was April 2019. Mm-hmm. He was predicting that, Trump is making moves with North Korea. I could see us being an ally within 5 years. And I was just like, you're retarded. And I got banned for that.
Well, that's a bit ridiculous.
It is, yeah.
Also, I'm not really a fan of, okay, I'm going to say this politely, the kissing of Charlie Kirk's ass post his death.
No, I'm not a fan
most of the
him.
people who do are people who made fun of him before. And I'm like, if you are nicer to someone dead than they were alive, your grace to them is false. And I hate that.
I think that there's something to be said about showing respect for the dead, but I mean, it's I felt terrible because we found out he got shot while this podcast was live, while we were streaming. Yeah. It happened not while we were live, but it happened just minutes beforehand. And we found out on air, and it was, I didn't know what to do or what to think. The first thing I said then was the first thing I said here is something about how he had a small face, a tiny face, which he did. But, my instantaneous response was to crack a joke about him a little bit. And I did feel really bad because and I also thought, after how many assassination attempts and near misses on Trump, in my head, I just thought, I'm sure he'll be fine.
People forget about the two that were in his first term.
I know. And I just thought, well, I'm sure we'll be fine. People don't get assassinated. Yes, they do, occasionally.
Also, the one thing that pissed me off is that one video that Ben Shapiro did on Tucker Carlson, because he also threw Fuentes in there as well. And he used Fuentes saying that, look, he insulted Charlie Kirk. And it was a clip from 7 years ago. I'm like, you fucking son of a bitch. You're going to dig a clip from 7 years ago to do that, you fucking wheezy little son of a bitch.
Ben Shapiro knows no lows. He has knows no bottom to it.
He's the kind of guy who would have crucified Jesus.
Absolutely. Yes, in many senses he is. And I've got a nice article about our greatest ally
He's
later,
a horrible
actually,
little scumbag.
From the Times of our greatest ally Israel. It's a fascinating article. Now I know that these places, particularly places like the Times of Israel, publish out articles like this from time to time, but sometimes you just see it and it's like the fucking audacity of these people.
I saw an article from the Times of Israel yesterday that was if you think that the Jews are that you are equal to the Jews,
that's
anti-Semitism.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna look at. It's
I thought it was a parody at first, but then I ran it through ChatGPT, and they were like, "No, this is a real article."
It's real. I've got it. Also, speaking of articles, though,
can I share an article that is not in any way related to news in any way whatsoever? I just thought it was really, really funny.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, that's actually.
Do you want to do this first? Okay. Well, sorry.
Yeah, let's do his first.
Let's do Spoon's raccoon article. Raccoon ransacks booze store shelves in drunken stupor before sleeping off hangover in toilet. How did they catch me doing this? What? I didn't know there were any cameras there. Brazen raccoon has been apprehended. Brazen raccoon has been apprehended and removed from a local alcohol shop after helping itself to a cocktail of drinks. The masked bandit snuck into the liquor store of the U.S. state of Virginia. In the U.S. state of Virginia on Saturday, where it embarked on a boozy rampage.
The funny thing is our state or our liquor stores are state owned in Virginia. They're owned by they're government run.
I guess West Virginia's got crazy laws on when and where you can buy alcohol as well. Further inspection of the crime scene, the officer found the suspect nursing his hangover in a bathroom. Let's see it. Oh, ad blocker. Fuck, Spoon. I don't know how to turn it off because it's got a built-in one, so I don't think I can.
Article.
Okay,
just read that because the read article is funny as hell.
Yeah. Pictured by Officer Samantha Martin of Hanover County Animal Protection and Shelter, the intoxicated raccoon was found splayed out on its belly between the store's bathroom bin and the toilet. In a post titled "Suspect Apprehended After Liquor-Fueled Rampage," Officer Martin described her first impressions on the scene. On Saturday morning, Officer Martin responded to an unusual call in the Ashland ABC store. Oh, there! Oh my God! Whoa, no, he got so.
That's not just the regular store. That's not the regular store. That's the stock room.
Yeah, oh yeah, I guess is it? Yeah, it must be.
Yeah, that's not the boxes. That's not the.
The boxes.
I'm familiar with ABC stores. So.
Yeah. Upon arrival, she discovered the suspect had broken in, ransacked several shelves, and then passed out in the bathroom. The suspect, a very intoxicated raccoon. Officer Martin safely secured our masked bandit and transported him back to the shelter to sober up before questioning. After a few hours of sleep and zero signs of injury other than maybe a hangover and poor life choices, he was safely released back into the wild, hopefully having learned that breaking and entering is not the answer. Silly raccoon.
So again, this is what I thought was quite funny.
Swear it wasn't me. Mm-hmm.
He apparently fell through the roof.
Yeah.
Which explains maybe why there's bottles all over the place.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, and also he knocked out the security camera falling through the roof.
Wow, he's I'm
like, holy
a clever
crap,
thief.
That's... Yeah, I just thought, like, bloody hell, so let me get this straight. A raccoon somehow got into the ventilation system, presumably, fell through the towels, cracking the cameras, and then embarked on a drunken booze, found its way to the bathroom, and then passed out.
Is it an actual raccoon or a euphemism? It is an actual raccoon.
No, it is an actual raccoon.
And Astolfo, Bill was going to join us, but it's problems with Discord, and he's using Windows 7. He's going to take his computer in later this week to have it
scroll down to the very bottom, because it actually mentions the camera bit.
Oh, it goes on. I didn't realize it kept. Oh, there he is. Oh my God, I didn't know it kept going because there's this ad here. Oh my God, I was so glad there's a picture because I was upset there wasn't a picture of the raccoon. He's so shit faced. Oh, we've all been there, buddy.
Similar story from when I worked at a Barnes and Noble. We were closing up for the night. This is back when I was like a book selling lead in the philosophy and history department. Mm-hmm. So yeah, a lifetime ago. That was really more like 6 years, but yeah, no. So there was this one of the bathroom doors was locked, and it was by the time when we were closing up, and then we burst in. Me and my my like main manager at the time. It was just us. We break in, and then we just see this like, I think he was like some Afro-Caribbean guy just on his back in the bathroom.
Oh, it was a different type of, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, no. And he was just drunk as fuck, and apparently he'd been passed out in that back room for the longest time. We thought that he was dead when we walked in on him.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
We called the paramedics, and I was like, I thought I was looking at a dead body. I was catatonic, and it was a crazy night. So very similar story, yet a little bit different.
A little different type of animal. It's understood, when the animal entered the building through the ceiling, it took the camera down with it. Yeah, he must have. Yeah, there you go.
How fat does he to take down.
He's just not that fat for a raccoon. He's not even that chunky. I've seen some real chonkers. He doesn't seem. He's full of booze, though.
He's not going to have a good. His wife's going to be mad at him the next day.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Archon 504 for 5 says, just because I feel turbo autist, Aiden, would you be truthful? Could you do a video on the red pill versus what science says women actually find attractive? I've done a video on it before. Well, sort of. I did a video on hormonal birth control and how it affects what women find attractive, which is a major player in this, considering that at any point in time, like it's something like 55 to 60% of all women who are cycling are on the pill. In the United States, I've seen numbers that are that high. I've also seen them low as like 35%, but never any lower than that.
And
it's at least a third of women are on hormonal birth control, and it fundamentally changes what type of men they are attracted to in terms of physical appearance. What also the behaviors of those men that they find attractive, because of the hormonal complex that it produces, which locks women into the luteal phase, which is basically makes them think they're already pregnant. So, or that's how the body thinks. The body thinks it's already pregnant. So, it makes them more attracted to like soy faces or more feminine faces. And then oftentimes you find women go off the pill after being with a guy for, 10 years or something, because they try to get pregnant and she finds him hideously unattractive. And it's hypothesized that that's one of many causes of divorce. But again, there are many.
Well, all right. The moment that they're off that, they find like violent men more attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. Oh my goodness, I'm
in then she wants
mode.
Chad.
I want someone who can kick someone's ass. Like, yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Welcome to biology rules. Just
I know.
Ignore basically everything what women say and just go like, okay, what are you actually programmed to find attractive? Because you're basically in baby breeding mode.
Well, when they use that hormonal birth control, it prevents the normal hormonal cycling from occurring. So yeah, it's a bit fucked. Anyway, shall we get into your article?
Absolutely. I guess I am officially name doxed now. I'm still going to go by the Politicrat on stream. But I've always said it's not hard to find out who I am. But
that sounds very German.
Yeah. Well, yeah, everyone thought I was Jewish growing up, which I'm definitely not.
There's a lot of people who think I am as well. Let's see. The Democratic Party is offering a false choice between socialism and technocracy. By looking to the past, Democrats could chart a pro-freedom blueprint for their party's future. It is a long article. I did skim it a little bit. Do you want to... Also, I will post it here in the chat so people can go read it for themselves as well. Would you like to give us a sort of bird's eye overview, sort of your hypothesis here? Let me pin that comment.
Yeah, so more or less, the Democratic Party, as we know, they are weak. They are very divided. It's hardly even a party anymore. Kamala Harris's 2024 defeat, at least in my view, has essentially caused the party to collapse. Not entirely, not as an institution. That's probably never going to happen. It's kind of a too big to fail type thing. But it doesn't have an identity. And you even saw that going back to Kamala's, her entire thing was, I am not Trump. That was her entire platform.
Yes.
And yeah, she ran basically on nothing.
No, what she ran on was good vibes, coconut trees, brat. But it's the same. To be fair, her campaign was just kind of a shittier version of Obama's. What did Obama run on? Hope.
Yeah, hope.
Buzzwords.
Hope for what? Yeah.
And that's what Kamala had as well, is I'm brown buzzwords. Vote for me. Yeah, it was pathetic. Now, of course, I think we Spoon and I are prone to think that was
that was
on purpose.
Tim Walz, and then choosing Tim Walz.
I mean, do you agree with me on that, Spoon, that it certainly seems that Kamala Harris was not intended to win?
Yeah, because my God, it's her campaign was just
she couldn't even win in her own state.
Yeah, exactly. She dropped out before it even reached California. Yeah. Her entire campaign was like a guide of what not to do. Mm-hmm. She's celebrity. She barely campaigned. She was a woman and brown in a time where people are not fans of either.
Yeah. I just remember when Tulsi Gabbard absolutely destroyed her on stage in late 2019.
Oh, yeah. She never recovered from that, to be brutally honest. That was basically the beginning of the end. And also...
Tulsi cooked her. But that was in 2019, yeah.
Yeah, but after a couple of months during the administration, they basically shoved her into the broom closet because she looked like a fucking idiot in front of foreign dignitaries.
Yeah, of course
she was drunk. She was drunk half the time.
Yeah.
That would not surprise me. Or she's just a cackling idiot because she's nervous. One of the two, I don't know.
No, she's definitely drunk. And we watched a clip from her, was it last week or the week before, Spoon? She sounds more drunk now than back then, even. It's crazy. Speaking of TG France...
I mean, if I lost a major election if I lost a major election to, like, a buffoon...
For what she thinks
I'd probably become an alcoholic, too.
I mean, at the same time, though, like, she is worse now than she used to sound. But speaking of alcoholics, really? TG France 2 for 5 says that raccoon reminds me of some of my more intense drinking binge, like the time I chugged absinthe. Have a blessed stream. Thank you, man. Chugging absinthe is nuts.
You chugged absinthe?
Oof. Oh God!
How are you still alive?
Not good.
That's not something you want to try. That's not something you want to sip either. That's just something you want to avoid.
I find this funny because I'm pouring myself a day drink as we speak. So.
Let's go. We shouldn't encourage it.
I had a cocktail for breakfast.
You should not encourage it, but...
Yes, you should. Breakfast whiskey is totally a thing.
So, why do you... this is a good question about, too, is that what are the Democrats going to plan to do? So, looking at that there is, based on the current polling, the Democrats are going to be up. In midterms, next election is far away, obviously, but, a national election. But the Democrats, they just seemed completely uncoordinated, that they had, particularly with, under Biden as well, but particularly the entire campaign of Kamala Harris, or lack thereof a campaign. Just the pathetic attempted Obama 2.0 with none of the enthusiasm, none of the quote-unquote grassroots support, none of it. It was a pale imitation. And so, what do they have? What do they have for the future, do you think?
They had vibes, They had vibes. They had no Trump. That's literally it. I'm not even kidding.
That's why the best bet is Gavin Newsom, because he's a basic bitch white dude.
Right.
However, at the same time, so you have basically there is a general taxonomy of Democrats at the moment. Mm-hmm. So you can basically split them into two different factions. You have the far left, and you have I'll say the quote unquote centrists. Mm-hmm. But even then, you can break them up into different categories as well. Like, so I would subdivide the centrist faction and the far left faction into three separate subcategories of their own. In the centrist faction, you have what I would call the progressive establishment. Now, the progressive establishment, those are your Pelosi's, maybe to a lesser extent, Cory Booker, your Kamalas. She's like, the big one. The ones who are essentially regulatory capitalists, so they are still by definition liberal. Progressivism is really more of a kind of a cynical kind of like... They use progressive language very cynically, in a sense, to try to, I guess, neuter the left-wing bait, which I'm all for. Like, I'm glad that they're able to do that. But at the same time, you just have this incompetent managerialism without a vision. So kind of something similar to what James Burnham would call managed decline.
Yes.
What he talked about in his book, Suicide of the West, which I do reference. I reference it in the article. But then there are other factions, of course. You have so equally as influential in the centrist faction, and I'm using centrist loosely, you have the neoliberal technocrats, the corporate Democrats. Yes, there is overlap with the progressive establishment, quote unquote, because they're still all like regulatory capitalists. But these ones are the ones who are, imagine like the center left Mitt Romney types, the Brookings Institute types, the types who are purely focused on econometric stuff. They only care about results. They're the ones without ideology. So they're just the ones who are, it's just pure managerialism right there. Yes. So they are not ideologically motivated in the same way that the progressive establishment, the Pelosi's and the Kamalas are. They don't care about quote unquote wokeness and all that stuff. They just care about competence, and they are competent. I will give them that. but they're also very dangerous in that sense because they always try to co-opt kind of like any ideological movement that tries to make the way into the party. However, they're the most adaptable too because they're not ideologues at all. They're just cynical.
Yes, of course.
So,
right. Yeah. They go where
they'll
the
adapt
winds,
to whoever is in charge. Yeah.
Right. Where the winds of change. Yeah. Take them.
But they also hate the left. They legitimately hate the left. So this is the Bloomberg types.
I think they kind of hate everyone
Bloomberg
except
types.
for themselves. These people are cynical, self-centered, self-serving.
Yeah.
And then also in the centrist faction, you have the Blue Dogs. They're the holdovers. And you also have some sort of like old school Clinton holdovers too. Mm-hmm. So they're center, some are even maybe center right. Like you have the Joe Manchin, Kirsten Sinema types. I don't think they're registered Democrats anymore for reasons that are understandable. But
if Joe Manchin wants to have any kind of career,
Jim Costa in California would be another example. Yeah. But yeah, the ones who are legitimately moderate are even skeptical on maybe abortion's going a little too far. They have sort of almost a populist tinge to them, but they're also capitalists and for fiscal responsibility. You can maybe lump someone like John Fetterman sort of somewhere here. I wouldn't quite say I wouldn't call him a blue dog because that's a very specific thing, but he's definitely in this camp.
Yes.
So
same orbit.
And to an extent, some of them, whatever Southern Democrats you have left, if any at this point, would be thoroughly in this camp.
Well, Southern Democrats you have left who are not essentially woke, those are mostly city level officials anyway. The cities are still infested with that stuff.
You have a couple in Texas. And a couple in Texas.
Yeah, true. Also, yes. So you've got is it the two factions you think? I've often described them.
Those are the three sub-factions of the quote-unquote Democrats. I'll just call them the establishment Democrats, the corporate Democrats.
Yes.
Those are the three sub-factions. So the establishment progressives, the technocrats, the neoliberal technocrats, let's call them, and then the blue dogs.
Yeah.
Or you can say quote-unquote conservative Democrat, but that's not even a thing. So, So now we move on to the left wing of the party, and I don't really go much over the factional breakdown in this article. That's in a separate document I have, which I feel like I sent it to you several months ago, but you never looked at. But
no, you sent it to me. You did. Yes, you did. You did. That's why I probably couldn't find it. Yeah, you sent it to me, and it went through the Twitter chat thing.
That's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but either way, so on the current left,
when you told me about it was before it had been published, I think.
Yeah, no, but then this is also based on a larger project that I've been working on since April.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, which I should send you the document for that some other time.
Yeah.
I want that to be a little more hush-hush for obvious reasons. It's very Machiavellian. It's more of a Machiavellian strategy guide, but for entryism. But either way, so on the progressive left right now, you have the far left populists. Those are like the Hassan Pikers and the Mamdani, to a lesser extent, like maybe like Cenk Uygur. These are the ones who are pure. Kyle Kalinske would be a good one. They're the pure economic populists. They don't care about a lot of culture war stuff, but they are genuinely anti-war. They at least at best, at worst, they'll pay lip service to civil liberties. Some of them genuinely are in favor of some civil liberties, which you can commend them for. Or at least their anti-establishmentarianism is commendable. But at the same time, they're purely focused with material progress. They hate like anything that is right-wing. They even hate their natural allies who would be right-wing populists because they say, oh, they're actually not true populists. So they always use disgusting. But they're the one. So this is the Bernie crowd. These are the guys that came out of really out of Bernie Sanders. But then you have the cultural progressives. So I'd say AOC would sort of verge between economic left-wing populist and cultural progressive. But these are like the I hate the term woke now, but the sort of woke types. They just care about
fringe lunatics. Yeah,
fringe lunatics who have captured academia.
Yes, which we'll get to here in a minute. Yeah,
and then you have you finally have what I call the bridge between the establishment and this sort of left-wing loony base. That would be the pragmatic progressives. That would be people like Ro Khanna, or for commentators like David Pakman. So they're still pro-market, nominally speaking, but are generally in favor of like incrementalism there. But the thing is, so they're the only. It's funny because they're more important than you would think at first. Because like this, Warren's a good example of this kind of merge between progressivism and technocracy, like that sort of that bridge right there. But either way, so you have these two big divides with these three subdivisions, and there's really no understanding. Like the only thing they can all agree on is that they hate Trump.
Yeah.
And there's no positive vision. It's just a negative vision at this point. And honestly, I think that if the Democrats want to be more electable, they need to be more moderate. But at the same time, they also need to appeal more to the working class, while at the same time not going too far left. But they still need to.
This has been their conundrum, however, for a long time.
Still need to embrace markets because.
Yeah.
And we can get into the whole. Yeah.
What they've been struggling with the
So basically,
what did the Democrats?
Bernie.
Yeah, and this is Scrump's hypothesis as well, is that the next turn of this cycle is a return to sensible centrism. We're going to be remember a couple years ago when everything was so crazy, we had the wokes and the anti-wokes, and I mean, I don't know if that's the kind of direction it's going to head for, but if it sounds like some of your predictions here kind of align with his predictions.
Well, I don't think that the Democrats are necessarily going to get back to their So I will say that for those who have not read it, my entire premise is like Democrats were peak actually in the 1880s. This was during the Gilded Age. You had Grover Cleveland. Grover Cleveland was the only Democrat who was able to win in within a 50-year period of pure Republican dominance. He was the Bourbon Democrats, as they were known, pejoratively, like the term Bourbon was originally used to refer to the conservatives and monarchists back in continental Europe. But these were like the business Democrat. They were legitimately for small government. They were within the classical liberal tradition, free market, anti-tariff. I mean, you can. In the 1880s, they were also very pro-immigration, usually except when it came to Catholics. But that's the point. And they were coalition builders because you had a lot of their candidates who ran, including one of them who was actually my great-great-great-grandfather, who was governor of Virginia and a senator at one point, and consul to Hong Kong, I will say that, and a Confederate veteran. But yeah, that's besides the point. That's just me being a little braggy right now. So,
no, that's awesome.
So you had a lot of veterans from both the North and the South in this one faction of the Democratic Party. They cared about national unity. They cared about sound money. They did not like the sort of proto-Wilsonian ideas of nation building. Wilson used to be one of them until he betrayed them. Really, a lot of eventually, so after about 15 years, some American people, particularly farmers, thought that they were out of touch. This led to William Jennings Bryan and the populist movement. And they were effectively neutered by the 1930s, which is what led them into a coalition with the old right. And they ended up forming the Liberty League, which was the anti-New Deal. The anti-New Deal Democrats with the old right Republicans. There was some crossover with the original America First movement. But then that all fell apart back after Japan bombed Pearl Harbor. And so conveniently, even though the anti-New Dealers did end up, they were basically, okay, we'll hang up these concerns for now. We'll focus on fighting the enemy who attacked us. That never happened afterwards. It just the war completely absorbed pretty much whatever was left. And then, of course, you had fusionism in the 80s, and then you had the Tea Party 20 years later, which itself was either co-opted by jackasses like Ted Cruz or what's his name?
Oh, who all got who
Paul
who all was
Ryan.
it? Paul Ryan, yeah. Who all was a Tea
And
Partier? I gotta
the rest of them
remember.
were just like the rest of them who were more focused on the vibes just got absorbed by Trumpism.
Yes.
So, and I
Some
do
of the Tea
genuinely
Partiers became libertarians or moved more to libertarianism. I think some of them did.
some of them it kind of went to a different corners of the wind.
Mm-hmm.
But more or less, I do legitimately think that for like you can get like center right objective, like the Democrats should actually start appealing more to the center right. And
I think they're going to.
Yeah, no, but what they need to do, they need to weaponize woke language in order to disguise market-based policies. And so basically, like, you know what abundance is, right?
Sure.
So think of like abundance, but less gay.
What do you you mean
the movement, like the abundance movement?
Oh no, I just thought you meant the word abundance. I was like,
yeah,
what?
I thought so.
No, I'm not familiar with
Democrats. It's
no,
the
I'm
thing
not
Ezra
with
Klein is trying to do, and Ezra Klein's
okay.
Klein's. I don't fully trust it.
If you're trying to make something
they're like
less
the Yimby,
gay, don't use him.
Yimby econ bro types.
Right. Okay.
The Yimby econ bro types.
Yes.
But yeah,
They exist on the left.
Yimbys? Oh, for sure. Not NIMBYs. You said Yimby, right? Yes, in my backyard.
Yes.
Oh God, yeah, no, there's
the Yimby centrist econ bro types.
Yeah.
I don't think they're quite, but basically you can find ways to Trojan horse like libertarianism into the Democratic Party these days. It's not as hard as a lot of people think. Like everyone expects that the Republican Party is the party that will have like a libertarian faction. It's like no, libertarian isn't like the only libertarians in the Republican Party today. You have like Rand Paul, Thomas Massey.
Yeah.
And they're kind of like legacy candidates in the sense where they're kind of like pushed into their ivory towers. They're brought out when they can say something. Well, Thomas Massey, of course, has kind of gone rogue, but like Rand Paul's the best example. They'll bring him out when there's something that
we need the libertarian dissent. Yeah, a little bit. Although basically like to make it appear as if there's more disagreement against, I guess. Although the GOP is not aligned whatsoever.
No,
it's a complete mess.
The thing is, the GOP. So you have the Libertarian Party, which is
a joke.
Like it can't. Yeah, it can't do anything. It's a platform for ideas, if anything. You have the Republican Party, which is a fortress where you'll be captured by MAGA no matter like what you do in order to get elected. I've seen this.
You must be inherently.
Like I even have a buddy of mine. We were both at the Mises Institute together at one point. We were both Ron Paul scholars through the Institute of Peace and Prosperity back in 2023.
Yeah,
he's a lawyer. T.J. Roberts. He just got elected last year as into the Kentucky State House. He's a couple years younger than I am. But yeah, no. So he does. He's fundamentally. He's essentially a libertarian. Hey, TJ, if you're listening, I don't know if you are, but hopefully I don't mischaracterize you here. But his whole thing is he's fundamentally libertarian, like in like the Ron Paul sense, maybe with some paleocon instincts as well. But in order to get elected, like he uses a lot of America First language. That's the way to do it. However, I feel like MAGA is too much of a fortress. It's hard to get a lot of TJ Roberts.
I don't know if the walls are crumbling on that. I think some of it.
I just feel like the Democratic Party is way more vulnerable for exploitation. For exploitation at this point, for infiltration.
They're in a worse position. Yeah. They're in an overall, like an overwhelmingly a far worse position than the GOP is. But the GOP also does not, and because of Trump, because of Trump's behavior and his inability to fulfill his promises, or even seem to care about them. I mean, the entire Epstein debacle is such a massive stain, and in so many ways, like just that alone, which it doesn't actually have anything to do with policy or with anything that matters besides the fact that I mean it does matter, but I'm talking about politically. Practically politically it doesn't matter. It matters socially, politically a hell of a lot. That was such a disaster. And we're going to talk about some of the H-1B stuff again, because that's not looking great. I mean, and the thing that's so frustrating about Trump, and the longer he is in this position, the more obvious it becomes, is that when he is in power, he has a great tendency to talk out of two sides of his mouth, or at least in terms of he'll make some remarks and look very strong, but then when you look at what's actually going on behind the scenes, it's either not happening, or it's happening at much lower levels in terms of the deportations, for example, than people anticipate. And it seems like, to me at least, offering to maybe pay people off, essentially, which has not happened yet, so I don't know about that.
Yeah. Then a lot of people realize,
I don't think it's going to work. Might.
And what a lot of people don't realize is, like, the immigration issue especially is way more complicated than, like, the media makes it out to be. It's basically either, like, you're either or. You're either anti-immigrant or you want open border. No. The fact is, most Americans are for strong borders. Most Americans are for deportations. Most Americans are not a fan of illegal immigrants or illegal immigration. However, at the same time, most Americans believe the process should be easier. So this is me not prescribing any one political policy. This is me just describing how it is. It is way more nuanced than a lot of people understand. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably accurate for the polling on that. Yeah, but then again, most people are in favor, yes, of legal immigration, particularly of skilled workers. But it's foundational to people's understanding of what America is, a nation of immigrants, right? Don't pay attention to the fact that the immigrants in question have been there largely for a long time, and we're all from the same part of the world. But whatever. And it's not Africa, put it that way, or South America was not their origin. People, I think, but most people, Americans being Americans, are totally fine with the idea of immigration on principle. Probably the majority of them are, I would agree. If you put it in the context of skilled workers, people who really want to be here, who really want to work. The problem is that it's difficult to sell a lot of people on that now because of the way that's been abused and continues to be abused.
Exactly.
And with the H-1B stuff in particular, it said, oh, no, we're only bringing in India's best and brightest. And no, they can't speak English. And, they have no idea what they're doing. They keep driving trucks and haphazardly, to put it lightly, and getting people killed. There's just another one happened this week. Another... I think he was a Sikh. I looked at it last night. Indian guy, but I think he was a Sikh. Big turban on, Another truck driver just killed people.
In the U.S.?
Yeah, in the U.S. See if I could find the story. I was looking at it yesterday. He was an Indian guy again. Was a new one. Yes. Wait, it was from a month ago? This was from a month ago. No, 14 hours ago. This is it. Is this another one? This is a totally different one, too. The one I was looking at was from a month ago. Why were we looking at it yesterday? God, well, that's the thing. There's one every freaking day. Here's another one that is from just yesterday. Who's this guy's name? Rajinder Kumar. I mean, gee, I wonder... This guy killed... There's the video of that guy. There's another one, though, too. Another Sikh, a different guy from this one that made the news. And here's one from just yesterday. Rajinder Kumar. Jackknifed his semi-truck, collided with a vehicle, killed two newlyweds. Crazy. The point is that there's stories like this every single day. These are the engineers that are being brought in, right?
Yeah, and they're making everyone hate immigrants, basically.
Yeah.
It's their fault. It's not the good ones' fault. It's because, like, look, I mean, this might be controversial to say in the year of our Lord 2025, but the idea of the model immigrant is actually a thing that people should strive to be. There is such thing as the model immigrant. And
there used to be some of that, but they have absolutely no reason to do that. And in fact, they're not only justified, but they'll get away with it and be supplicated in doing the antithesis. And going, no, I'm not going to change anything. Also, I hate this country and I hate you. Give me that. That has become, that's been encouraged amongst immigrants.
Unfortunate.
Well, that kind of stuff can't be tolerated. I mean, it just can't. Well, let's see. Do you have anything else you want to add about the article before we move into some other new stuff? Or your general thoughts about the direction of this?
As crazy as it sounds, I do say, like, if you are of an inclination that is libertarian leaning. If even a conservative who's fed up with Trump, take a look at registering as a Democrat, and we'll see we can see what happens. I will say, it's not.
It's gonna be a hard sell for a lot of people.
It's gonna be a hard sell for a lot of. Look, I'm not even registered as a Democrat, so I'm not. I'm a registered independent. But I do think moves could be made if there was actually something. If Again, I'm a fan of entryism as a strategy. I can't say a whole lot because there have been some people I've been discussing this with, and we've circulated a 300-page memo between us regarding this. But
yeah.
But I mean, I'll be happy to share the memo if anybody wants to reach out to me, and I could send it. But
for sure,
it's a long shot. But I do quite literally think that the Democratic Party, at least the faction, can be carved out for, I guess, more like libertarian or like fusionist or even some paleoconish leaning people. Because the Democrats, at the end of the day, they want to win. And at the end of the day, you even have the centrist, technocrat, quote unquote, neoliberal types who have no ideological agenda whatsoever.
Right.
And they'll just end up folding into line eventually if you're able to get influence over them. They'll see you as a bulwark against the left, against the progressives, who in turn will also see you as allies on civil liberties. And it's just about encouraging as much trepidation between the factions that are currently in the party. Like, you can exploit the weaknesses that are currently in the Democratic Party. And this is how all party alignments happen. This is how Trump came to be too. It was entryism. Like, people say, oh yeah, no, entryism. That's like such like that as a strategy that it's deceptive, it's duplicitous. No, it's just the rule of politics. It's the rule of the game. This is how all alignments happen. This is how. Yeah, so that's all I'm going to say about that. But again, it sounds a little bit far-fetched, but I do think it is, comparatively speaking, way easier to get a foothold in the modern 2025 post-Kamala Democratic Party than it is the 2025 Trump GOP.
Probably true. I do think that's accurate. If they can provide that too, if the Democrats can find some way to provide that, I think that might be the shift that we see next. Something like that. It's center left, libertarian, like true libertarian.
Not even really center left. At least center left coded.
Center left coded, sure. Because again, Hassan Piker calls himself or I think some of the people in his orbit call themselves like left libertarians in there, or Vosh. No, not Hassan. It's Vosh. Those kinds of freaks. Yeah. Those people describe themselves as left libertarians, and they're just gooners. Weird ultra consumerists.
But I think if there is to be a centrist faction, it might, and for those of you on the right, I will say, for those of you who are Republican and you think, oh, this is so stupid, we should just focus on facing the left right now, there's no need to want to root for this. Think again, would you rather have a Democratic Party that is libertarian leaning and that on economics is at least center right? But actually, would you rather have a worthy Democratic Party to face?
In terms of pragmatism, and if you actually want to get things done rather than end up in constant stalemates, or fight battles only for them to be reversed immediately. If you want to, first of all, Spoon and I are extremely critical of how functional democracy is in the first place.
Oh yeah, same here.
A lot of this is theater, but if it is about actually getting something done, personally, I would much prefer if the left, the Democrat Party in the U.S. Was a little bit less fucking insane. So that would be, they could be worked with on any level, because the current way it is that they hate each other. And I've done plenty of research on this and just found this recently, at least with the people who support them as well. They hate each other more than they hate the Republicans when it comes right down to it. That their intra-party animus is they hate the Republicans more, but they do. But they will be so incredibly vicious.
Like the same thing. They hate each other just as much.
They really do, and that's those people are insufferable and they're terrible to deal with. And it would be nice if we could go back to get out of, in particular, this last 10 years of just absolute incessant insanity.
Just imagine a classically liberal Democratic Party and a right populist Republican Party. Wouldn't that be so much more appealing than the shit we have right now?
I mean, anything would be more appealing than, well, that's not true. Many things would be more appealing than the shit we have right now. But I'm not. Yeah, I think you might be onto something in that it might go in that direction. Let's see.
I'm not saying I think it would. I think it would. This is just me saying that.
I think it might.
I think it might. Like, and that's why I think people should be encouraged to at least infiltrate. Let's just say that, infiltrate.
There you go. I agree with that as well. Abnormal thoughts
on that note for now, because I don't. Yeah.
Yes.
Because again, a strategy for this has been developed, but this is a public space.
Right.
So.
Yes. Let's see. Abnormal thoughts 323445 says theory. They knew Biden was sick. He would resign the presidency after winning. Kamala was always the plan. I'm not sure. I don't think Kamala or Biden were supposed to win. I think they knew the Democrats knew they had a terrible dice roll. They also knew that they needed to reduce the political temperature. And I think they also needed to put MAGA away. And how do you put MAGA away? Let Trump win. Let Trump win, and then and all this shit happen. And just take the wind out of the sails of both woke and MAGA at the same time. It certainly is happening at exceptional speed. Would you all not think? I mean, that's how it feels to me. It's like, all the woke stuff is being systematically put away. It has been for months now. And it increasingly, like, impressive degrees to which it's being put away. Now, again, there will be vestiges for forever. But you're also seeing major blows to MAGA even after the death of Charlie. In fact, even more so since the death of Charlie Kirk. Where it also feels like MAGA's been kneecapped as well. So I think, Bill's not here to say Trump mentioned or whatever, but I think he might be onto something with that, and which I think does align with, particularly if the Democrats do go in this direction, would align with Trump's hypothesis about this. Let's see, and then Rambam 3000 for £2 says, would you ever have Kirsch Verstol as a guest? I've talked to Kirsch before. Kirsch is really nice, but I don't know if she'd want to come on our podcast. Maybe sometime. You know Kirsch too, don't you, Spoon? Spoon? Did he die?
I think he fell asleep. I heard him snoring earlier.
Was he really?
No, I'm just fucking around.
Well, he has before, so I have to be sure about these things, Oh my god, I hope he didn't fall asleep.
I think he actually might have fallen asleep on a stream that the last one I came on.
It happens with relative frequency. Anyway, the show will go on. I actually have something quite funny that I wanted to show him. Next, Spoon, wake up. I've got silly black people things to show you that I thought you would find amusing, being a South African and everything. And to say, Boervers, can I pronounce some things wrong for him and get him to wake up? Jesus, you must be out. Oh no, guys. Oh well. Well, then we'll have to enjoy it alone. Have you seen this trend? I just thought this goes into the next subject a little bit, or I found a way to work it in. Is this going to load? Oh no, if there's problems with Twitter today as well, on top of everything else, I'm going to be so miffed. So, is it just this that won't load? Why can I not? If Twitter's down, I'm screwed. Is Twitter down? Wow.
Let me try. I'll check on my phone.
No, not currently detected. But why can't I access Twitter?
It's not working on my phone.
Okay.
Wait, no, it is. No, I just got a message from Pete Canones. So yeah, that was working.
What the heck? What is going? Yeah, I can't load anything. Well, shoot. That's gonna mess things up. Significant. Oh my god, I don't know what to do then. I've got so many Twitter links.
Hey, do you want me to? I can try to pull it up on mine.
Well, I don't. No, it's just down. I mean, I guess I'm trying it on 3 different browsers, so. Oh wow, that's strange. Okay, the problem is that Spoon, I think, is asleep. So he won't be able to change windows. Oh no, what a fucking disaster. Oh my god. There's nothing I can really do. I can try another link and see if that works. Otherwise, Jesus Christ, guys, I don't know what we're gonna do. Because I wasn't expecting Spoon to fall asleep after 40 minutes. Yeah, I can't pull up anything on Twitter. Do I have anything that is not on Twitter? I did, Bill. I've got this Newsweek article. Okay. I have so...
Hey, we could talk about Dev.
Oh god, no, I'd rather not. I actually do have some dev stuff, but unfortunately it's on Twitter. I actually did today. I had Dev Watch, but it was at the end. But unfortunately, okay, I have this. This archive link is up. If Spoon's not awake, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
He's here.
Oh, Spoon! Thank God. What the fuck was going on, dude?
I'm here. Just haven't had anything to say.
Oh, I have no. Oh, don't play, dude. You cannot get away with that. I have been trying to get your attention for 10 minutes.
Lies.
So you fell asleep.
Oh.
Okay, I have to switch to Windows, Internet
again?
Explorer. Broken Ground. I have to switch to Internet Explorer because it is the only browser that will work. I don't know why. It makes no sense to me. Edge, yeah, whatever it's called. Internet Exploder, you know, that thing.
That hasn't existed
it's the only...
since... God, when did Edge come in? I think in 10.
Yeah. What the heck? This must be some VPN thing that's built into Brave or Chrome. Yeah, I can't... Wait. Okay, I can get it to work on Chrome. Does that mean I can get it to work on Brave now?
Jews is equal is anti-Semitic.
Yeah, this is... Dude, look at this article. I mean, this is supposed to be later, but it was the only thing I could pull up. Because I still can't get Twitter to work. Look at this shit.
You don't think it's maybe
It's gotta be... It's not, it's Brave. So let me, 1 second. Let me... Huh. I'm gonna switch to sharing my screen on Chrome. Let's see. Alright. This is what I wanted to start with, Spoon. And I got this for you! I got this, Spoon! How dare you fall asleep when I saved this just for you?
Today, no, hell.
Okay, so...
You're the one with the jungle fever. How the hell is this from me?
Okay, because I thought you might be fascinated by this behavior because I don't know if you know this. I mean, I'm sure you haven't because these scholars have just worked it out.
I've already seen monkeys.
That glasses, spectacles, you know, have medicine in them. And you gotta refill your prescription for your medicine in your glasses.
This is a troll.
No?
Learning new things. Did you know that medicine is not in glasses?
And I don't know why y'all dragging that woman because yes, glasses do have medicine in it.
You cannot tell me, as a person with contacts, there's not medicine in this shit. If I take this shit out, I'm blind as fuck.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought they put medicine in glasses too.
Medicine in glasses? What? You got medicine?
Why would I have medicine? Because it's prescriptions.
Being an adult, learning new things.
Well, there you go, Spoon. There's a bunch of scientists, future scientists, doctors, engineers.
I'm embarrassed that these people are considered the same species as us. It's like, just no.
Oh my god, this is gonna be fucked all night, isn't it? I'm gonna be able to get like one in every other tweet to load. We might not be able to do this. Because like all the clips I have are on Twitter, and this is not working again now. What the hell? I've never seen this happen before.
I have. But
I can't
think
get
it might be. I don't think it's a network thing.
I can't get up on Internet Explorer now either.
Hey, try use an American VPN because I can access Twitter just fine. Maybe it's like a local thing.
Where's your VPN to?
What? It was to the UK.
No, it'll change. Yeah, no, it'll change your location.
Hey, there we go. It's fucking okay. It's a UK thing or Guernsey thing. I don't really know. It's gonna be really slow, dude. No, there is a problem with Twitter. I can tell. Like it's fucked. I mean, considering I still can't play anything. Oh man, dude. I don't know what we're gonna do, because I'm not gonna be able to play videos. I think with the VPN turned on.
Why does it turn on? Why don't you just turn it off?
Because it won't work without the VPN.
What? Why?
It won't work. Because it won't work without the VPN. I turned it on and it worked. Okay, now it's okay. Dude, Twitter's fucked. I don't know what it is, but y'all just witnessed that. It worked for a second when I turned on the. Maybe, but there's nothing I can do about it. So, like, I don't know.
I don't need a VPN to access anything.
Okay, whatever. Anyway. Sorry. So this is a story about the Scientific American editor-in-chief has resigned after she posted several hate-filled comments about Trump voters like this. This is the story. There's supposed to be a nice, smooth transition from here's a bunch of scientists to here's some other scientists. Literally the editor-in-chief of Scientific American.
Trust the science.
Trust the science.
The superheroes, the scientists.
I'm tired of hearing that.
Trust the science. Trust the
This is Stossel.
Today,
This Stossel? Oh,
I can say
I like
trust science.
Well, he does stuff with reasons, though.
Because science is increasingly untrustworthy.
Science writer Andrew Follett has analyzed research for NASA and the Energy Department.
Is that wrong?
The only group that trusts science right now is Democrats.
I trust the scientists.
Maybe that's because much government...
Pause it for a second.
Yeah.
I just remember when Anthony Fauci, when he was like, "You gotta trust the science,"
oh, it's awful.
He was like, basically I forget the exact quote he said, but he said,
"I am the science."
It was, "I am the science." Yes, it was like Palpatine. Yeah. I said it.
Yeah, he did never go full Palpatine, never go full Palpy.
Being misused by politicians. For example, some activists want to limit ocean fishing with something they call the Climate Solutions Act. It calls climate change the greatest threat to American national security and promises equitable solutions to every special group of victims. The administration's deputy director of climate told Congress that the bill will bring
exciting, urgently needed progress on climate change.
Jane Lubchenco cited this paper that made the remarkable claim that closing more of the ocean to fishing can increase catches of fish.
I saw oceans of opportunity.
But oops, the paper was retracted. One scientist called its logic biologically impossible.
Does this video not have the actual story in it? I can barely get anything to fucking load on Twitter. But the main story I wanted to cover here anyway, this is like much of a review, is that Gen X is full of fucking fascists. I'm off my game now, sorry, because I wasn't expecting all of Twitter to be down. What, the Gen X is full of fascists? Well, they were fired for saying that.
Fascists basically someone that wants the right to use power. That's what all that means.
They wouldn't. This would not have happened last year. You would not have been fired for saying this. You would have been fucking rewarded. So when I talk about the woke being put away, that is the interesting part. But you know, can't see.
Is woke dead?
Yes, woke is dead. But
Gen X is full of fascists. Delightful.
Oh man, we're fucked. Like, I can't get
I don't understand why you're using a VPN on the
I'm not using a VPN right now.
Okay.
I was using a VPN. I turned it off. It worked for it wasn't working without the VPN. It worked for a little bit with the VPN, and now it seems to be working better without it. I don't know. Okay.
If you want to send me the links, I have fast internet at my apartment. So
I have fast. It's not my internet. The internet speed is great. It's just Twitter. Anyway, so this is how it started, right?
Those look like two homosexuals.
Yeah. Finds a suicidality dropped after youths began cross-sex hormones. As a report is often the case with pediatric gender medicine studies. Critics said the study's authors have overstated hormones' impact, given that it's not possible to establish causality in this chart review, and I can't look at the responses. But, dude, I'm all off now. Okay, the astrophysicist Katie Mack hosted on Blue Sky and Substack article by Aaron Reed about a new study with the proclamation, gender-affirming care saves lives. It's not possible that this study, given it was observational, could have identified such a causal link, nor did it state anything about whether such treatment saves lives. In fact, I asked the study's lead author if his paper reached the conclusion that Reed claimed it showed that pediatric gender transition treatment reduced the suicide rate. He said that it did not. Only one study has ever directly assessed whether providing cross-sex hormones to youth attending gender clinics. My point, this is the science section here. I don't think they would have been called out for this. I mean, they would have been a little bit, but I'm not sure. I think this would have just been allowed to propagate with very, very little pushback.
Yeah, because
up until very recently.
In vogue.
Yeah, right?
Now it's more, maybe tone it down a bit.
Maybe tone it down a bit, right? Or so it seems to me. Jesus Christ, it's going to be like this all night, isn't it? Oh no. I don't know what to do. I really don't. Wow. We're fucked. Okay.
Why is Twitter being so gay?
I don't know. It won't work.
Do you need to reschedule?
Or just hit the refresh button over and over again.
It appears that if I hit the refresh button over and over enough enough, it will manage to load the page. It's got to be something with Guernsey or something. I don't know, but it's not the internet because we've not. Can hear you guys fine and the stream's fine.
I'm super concerned about the racist.
The racist?
The
Which
racist.
one?
It says racist alert. I'm so scared and concerned.
Did it say there was a racism alert?
No,
yeah, the one on
Look
the article.
Look at the thread.
Oh, right. Sorry, I'm
super concerned. Can we learn about this?
I'm completely thrown off from having these horrific fucking problems. Restart my computer. I don't think that would fix the internet. Use Tor. I can turn it on. That'll just make it slower. I don't know. Okay, racist alert. The University of Minnesota's Child Development Program is warning of a whiteness pandemic that provides resources on how to halt and reverse the issue. Let's learn about the racism epidemic. I'm so sick of this shit in academia. I can't wait for it all to be put away. I've seen so many signs that it is.
Obviously, what is a whiteness pandemic? Well, a page on the university's website says, whiteness refers to culture, not biology. The centuries-old culture of whiteness features colorblindness, passivity, and white fragility.
It's just so funny how quickly these things have changed.
What the fuck is white fragility?
White fragility is when white people get upset that when you are cruel towards them.
Oh, okay. I guess
white fragility that's the white people tears thing. Is that when you are aggressive and repulse, like when you say horrible things to white people about them because of their race, and when you insult them, when you are discriminated against them because of their race, and they say they don't like that.
And then they diplomatically react. Even the diplomatic reaction is white fragility.
That's white. Yes, when white people react negatively to that, that's white fragility.
So white tears. Yeah.
Yes, white tears when you have done something to evoke it. Color blindness, of course, that's been bad for forever. But passivity? So not being violent.
Yeah, that is kind of
it's kind of like the thing that Ibram X. Kendi was trying to peddle a few years ago.
Yeah, well,
it's not enough to be not racist. You have to be actively anti-racist.
Mm-hmm.
And they moved the goalposts to just being like not racist makes you a racist because apparently.
Well, of course, color blindness is a whiteness culture. Yeah, covert expressions of racism,
which are all covert expressions of racism common in the United States. The webpage then offers steps for how to halt.
I don't know. Someone out of the university, what is it, Minnesota, says some professors published this. I imagine it's a woman.
And reverse the whiteness pandemic. Explaining this, if you were socialized into the culture of whiteness during childhood, oh, not to worry, it's not your fault. But as an adult, it is now your responsibility to self-reflect, re-educate yourself, and act.
It is astonishing to me. And this is what when I talked about the trickles. Of this stuff will just linger around for a while, of the end of woke. And this stuff will become increasingly rare, and I think also increasingly so bizarre to see. So, I like to catch them, because as they start to just collapse, these little pieces of the woke empire, or whatever you want to call it, that age just come crumbling down. Yeah, me too.
The age of woke.
It's just all so tiresome. It was such a exhausting time. I understand why people were burned out of politics, because the screeching for a decade, it's boring and it is tiresome. It's not annoying. It is tiresome. Just like
it's also really fucking dumb. It's just
very stupid
really stupid.
Like, there's a reason I checked out of the culture war before the term woke even became like a popular term. Like I checked out of the culture war when it was still SJW, when that was still the terminology.
Yeah, it's always it's slop, so it's constant entertainment a little bit. But
yeah, this one went mainstream.
Right. Yeah. But it appears to be going back, it's not popular anymore.
And told Fox News Digital in a statement that the school is, quote, steadfast in its commitment to the principles of academic freedom. Joe Concha, I see that.
And this will be the last vestiges.
What the hell is
will
that
be
mean?
in the universities. And so when I start to see this stuff, you know, being called out in the universities, and they've been so riddled with this for well over a decade, to me it is more evidence that this stuff's over.
As we provide a place where any extreme viewpoint will in fact be offered, but not offering an association.
This is just these people's opinion. That's the gist of the story. I don't care about their opinion. Sorry, Fox News, whatever. That's what we're here for. There's also some interesting. This was an interesting pivot from the Washington Post. If I can get it to load, I just have to keep refreshing until it gets through. This one looks like I can't even. Normally, it will at least load the page. Now it won't even load the page. Nope.
Your internet is fucked.
It's not my fucking internet, dude.
Guarantee
like,
if you send me the link,
run a
I'll be able
speed
to bring it
test.
up.
It's not the internet speed. It's something about the connection.
Okay.
To Twitter.
Send me the article. I guarantee I can pull it up.
Okay. Do you want me to just send you this stuff? I've got 500
try.
Mbps, dude. I mean, if you want to put it on your side, yeah, sure. Because apparently I can't do anything from here right now. Okay. I'll send you the articles then soon. It's just so bizarre.
It's gonna be like
I have
a
no
trauma
idea.
dump.
Huh?
DMs.
Trauma dump?
Yes, because it's just gonna be a shitload of links.
Well, I mean, I'll just send them one at a time. How about that? Yeah.
Well, that too, maybe.
Oh, look, I can see it on Discord. What the fuck, dude? That makes no sense. So the Washington Post has gone from arguing in June that illegal immigrants don't get much federal benefits to now saying Trump doesn't have the power to stop all the federal benefits they get.
Oh, that's
Which is
interesting.
yeah, yes. I mean, like, obviously Washington Post has different writers, but that is an interesting, because they've argued that for years and years, immigrants don't get any federal benefits. What are you talking about? They don't get anything. They're, so helpless. When you, are you gonna
that's
share
not
your screen?
your internet.
Spoon?
I told you, it's Twitter's fucked.
No, wait, but you just told me it's my internet.
Well, I assume so because I don't ever have any problems.
And now it's Twitter is fucked, is it?
Yeah, because I'm also having problems. And my internet is currently streaming the bloody thing, so clearly it's not the internet.
Okay.
Yeah. It's because Twitter is being cringy gay.
Unfortunately, the main segments are on Twitter. So much of the stuff I mean, it's not a large portion of it. I get like most of my articles and I get articles, but I have a lot of clips today. So everything is on Twitter. This has been a bit of a oopsie.
Clusterfuck, yeah. Because I'm trying to do it now, and there's nothing on my feed.
It's just not our hemisphere. Well, Spoon and I live on
opposite ends of the planet, quite literally.
We're the opposite sides of the planet, totally different.
Yeah, so it's not. Yeah. It's not our
latitude.
Fault. Yeah.
What do you want to do, Spoon? Do you want to reconvene tomorrow?
If anyone could do a handpicked
I'm open to do that.
Who would it be?
Yeah, if you're fun to do it tomorrow, because I can't get anything up tonight. That's what she said. He said.
Would we be redoing the whole thing from the beginning?
No.
Or
just
okay,
no, we're just gonna.
Okay.
And if you want to join us, of course, we're just gonna go through and do the normal news stream. But I'll leave this up as I'll rename this and give it a new thumbnail, so that it's mostly just gonna be that little opening bit there, because unfortunately Twitter's down. I didn't think to. Cloudflare's doing maintenance. Oh, that's probably it. Oh well, okay. Oh well, guys. For no fault of anybody. Spoon, do you want to try to do tomorrow? Yeah.
We may as well.
Alrighty.
It's not really our fault. The stupid thing is doing.
No, it's not. And I guess it's my fault for having a bunch of Twitter links. But oh well. Sorry, guys. Again, couldn't have predicted this. Before we head out, Major Metroid 8035545 says, if any of you could handpick someone to be king of America, who would it be?
Duke Nukem.
Duke Nukem is who you'd pick?
Does that have to be a real person?
Blow it out your
ass. You can specify.
I don't know. I'm kind of a fan of like a Ronarchy, if you get my drift.
Yeah, I get. Well, I mean, I'm not.
A Ronarchy.
I'm not a huge fan of Rand, unfortunately.
No.
But I think Rand could be better, and I would more trust.
Yeah, I wish Rand were more like Massey, honestly.
I know.
But he's in the Senate. It's a little harder.
Yeah.
Because his whole thing is, I feel like his whole thing is, I can have Trump's ear.
Yes.
I can be the libertarian who has Trump's ear.
Yes. And if you under the proposed Ronarchy, when it comes around to Rand, because Ron's not going to be around much longer. Let's be fair. He's getting.
Oh yeah, I've met him multiple times. Actually, for his age, he's pretty healthy.
He is, from what I've seen.
I think he has. I think he has another solid few years left.
I certainly hope so. I love Ron Paul. He inspired me to become interested in politics when I was a teenager. I think he inspired most of us. Yeah. Yeah. So many people who were around, or who got into politics at that time were looking at Ron Paul. Yes, a real person. So I think the Ronarchy. I've always very much admired Dr. Paul. So, but I don't know about Rand. But yeah, maybe he's got someone better like Massey or someone else in his ear. That might help him out a lot. Yeah. Spoon, I think, has whom? Elon?
No,
absolutely not.
Look, I don't hate Elon, but
you don't trust.
He's not an American.
So
yeah,
I mean, he's American like as a citizen, but he's not like. He's just a rich globalist billionaire. That's what I mean. I don't want a rich globalist billionaire. Even though I like a lot of the things Elon has done and said, and I liked his influence in the early Trump administration 2.0, I would never want Elon to be king of America because Elon cares about himself and his transhumanist weird ass agenda.
Speaking of Elon being king of America, since we can't do anything else in terms of Twitter, I'll try one more time before we. Although I'm now like out of it, guys. You gotta be in like the groove, and they've messed up my groove. Okay, my vibes, right? Elon has personally messed up my vibes. Is that Spoon and I have been talking about playing Fallout New Vegas again, or maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
Which
would you like to
explain?
Would you like to tell them why?
Yes, I'll explain why briefly. Have you ever played Fallout New Vegas, Politicrat?
Yeah, I tend to oscillate between my admiration for Caesar and my ideological alignment with Mr. House. So
based.
Very based. However,
Aiden always picks the NCR because she's a fag.
Can I explain? Can I play? Yes, it is gay. It is gay. But I love Craig Boone, and I don't want him to be sad. I have a complete woman motive for doing this. It is not based on political, on politics whatsoever or logic. Is woman, obviously. But I love Boone, so I side with the NCR, so he's less sad. However, what has happened is, a friend of mine, not so much a friend of Spoon's, who's hilarious, been on the show recently and before. The other day decided his chat. He does live streams. Got him to play New Vegas, and it was
such a great game.
I've never seen someone suck and at it so hard, be so unable to follow simple rules, like just not even rules, just like because the game's very open, but just like, hey partner, here's some information that might help you find things to do and maybe where to go and check out. And you don't have to, but if you're interested, he wouldn't talk to the NPCs. I was just like hugging the wall trying to find something to do. So, the game he's also found it very difficult until he found an SMG and then claimed it was broken. We're talking Good Springs, like right out of the base game.
That's that's like playing Oblivion and then like doing the prison break mission, and then you're just running around in Cyrodiil and trying to kill anything, but like not talking to anybody.
But not talking to anybody, and he has insisted ever since that the game cannot handle him. And that this is not a him problem, it's a game problem. It is, dude, yes,
Yeah,
it's
the
DSP
game is not
level.
designed
It's
to
Cuphead
handle
level.
spurging retards. Yes, that is true.
He's like, I'm not saying he wants a journalist mode, but he's sure acting like he wants a journalist mode. And dude, he's not put out the VOD yet, Spoon. But when it comes out, you have to see this. I mean, I don't sit through all of it. It was 8 hours. 8 hours of suffering. The worst Fallout New Vegas gameplay. I didn't even know I did not know it was possible to be this bad at that game. I was shocked.
He wrote a 21-point, bullet point ramble about what he doesn't like the game. And I swear to Aiden, you watch it. Did he reach the Lucky 38?
No, he did not in 8 hours.
How the hell do you
Absolutely.
play the game for 8 hours and you don't reach Lucky 38? How?
He got to Prim.
You got to Prim in 8 fucking hours. How? How do you get to Prim in 8 hours? What were you doing?
Don't know. I've just never seen anyone this bad at
Prim is down the freaking road from Good Springs.
Like, how can you be bad at Fault? Like, I mean, I know it's not like, it's not Dark Souls.
Yeah, people are now suggesting other games for him. I just you may have a
Tetris,
bright future
Pong,
in the DSP zone, right?
Just like Telltale Games. It's just like
you could probably do that.
You could probably handle that.
But then he complained it's too handholdy. Yeah, I know. But look, DSP, you know, he's
Prim.
been the king snake. He's snaked everybody. It's time, I think, maybe for a new king to claim DSP's throne. I think Izulu's got a shot at becoming the new DSP.
8 hours and you don't reach. How? Like, I'm fascinated by that in like a sort of angry way. How?
Is he trolling? Brian, no, I thought he was. I thought he was trolling. And then I realized many hours in, oh no, he's not fucking around. This is serious. This is real hours.
Like, oh no, he's retarded.
Oh no, it's retarded indeed.
I like what Real Life Walrus just said. David Cage games.
maybe, but then he'd complain it's too restrictive. Look, he wants to play Minecraft. That's what I think we figured out what it is that he wants to play Minecraft and he just doesn't want to play any game that isn't like Minecraft. Which
I
like
Minecraft.
I did do a really stupid gaming oopsie playing it a couple of hours ago.
New Vegas.
Yes, because it's been a long time since I played New Vegas.
I know, me too.
Several years.
I've been playing the new Anno game.
Oh yeah, I've got it on my wish list. Maybe I'll get it for myself for Christmas.
I did manage to break the game purely by accident, because one of the first few missions that you do is to save Goodsprings from the powder gangers, and you go to old Pete to get his dynamite. But the only way to get dynamite, unless you put points in at the start, is you need like a 25 points, and explosives.
25,
yes. And I think you start with 15 as a base.
Explosive.
Yes. Yeah, and so if you can find a magazine that boosts it for like 10 seconds, or for 10 points for like 60 seconds, you can do that. And the only one I could find...
That's what I used to do.
Yeah, nearest one was like Camp Golf, an NCR camp. It's like further northeast. And I somehow managed to sneak past a whole bunch of death claws to do that. How, I don't know.
just to do the opening area quest.
Yes, just because I've never done it, so I just want
Really?
Yeah, I've never done that. I've always just
here's the other thing.
I've just gone to Doc. To Trudy behind the counter, and that's it. And then I've just basically killed them because there's only like 5 of them, so it's not really much of a challenge. But,
oh my god, I didn't know you did that. That's terrible.
Yeah, but so I went there. I went to the camp.
Psycho behavior.
And I went to the camp, and then I looked at it, and all the tent is full of camp. The camp is full of tents, and I just went through like, holy shit, there's weapons cache in all of their tents, and there's like 10 or 12 tents, and like the first 6 all have power fists in them.
Damn, there you go.
So I'm like level 2, and I have Power Fist, which is something I only get when I'm in Caesar's camp, and past that. Like, holy crap, I'm level 2, and I have Power Fists. I'm like punching the shit out of absolutely everything. And like level 2, I'm walking up to... I was able to kill a rat scorpion at the age of the level of like 3.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm not supposed to be able to do this, and I'm just like whacking the crap out of them. Like, this is fucking broken.
Speaking of the opening tutorial, the way Uzlu handled that was he walked up, he did like the first two. So Sunny has you go kill the geckos, as you go or shoot the bottles, then kill the geckos, and then she's like, "Oh, I need you to make me some healing powder," and he just walked away. He didn't end the tutorial, so she got stuck waiting out there, which bugs out the rest of the quest for Good Springs because he left the tutorial open, and then we just wandered around trying to figure out how to, progress. And we kept telling him to go back and get her, but he wasn't interested in it. It was... I didn't know you could play it that wrong. I didn't know that was possible. Anyway, Rat Cheesington for 2 says, play Terraria Calamity multiplayer. Yeah, maybe. Oof, that's rough.
It's the first time when you described him playing, I've never in my entire life wanted to punch someone for how they play a game. That is the first time I've ever experienced that. I was reading through...
It is a talent.
Yeah, I listened to the voice message you sent me about what happened. I'm like, I want to kick this man's ass just for how he plays fucking Fallout. Like, how do you... If he's on ever stream or I see him, I'm going to berate him for playing the game for 8 fucking hours and only making it to prim. Like, how are you that retarded? How?
I know.
Even if you just skip the tutorial and you walk down the prim by following the fucking highway, you should be there in like under 5 minutes.
Yes. Scurry145 says, if I was on the show, I could fill the time with Q&A session about my lore and the politics of my country that I am king of. Based man. Don't you do streams though, Scurvy? And then HFNH for 10 says, I bet Florida Man would put out a better Fallout New Vegas session, all while accusing Wizard and Cabal of all sorts of unsavory things. Based. Yeah, well, I'm sure. They always get up to unsavory things. Anywho, speaking of unsavory, I still cannot get Twatter to work. Oh wait, look, I'm out of it though. I don't know if it's gonna be up or down. So I'm going to err on the side of believing Twitter's screwed up, and we're gonna try again tomorrow. Okay?
I'm fine with that.
All right. Thank you so much, man. Sorry for this. Again, was not anticipating that.
I mean, we got to talk about my article at least.
Yes, there was that. Yeah. So one of the only things I had that wasn't on Twitter. I have a couple other things, but the Tucker stuff.
It's a good one in the chat. Spoon's always amazed at the stupidity of other people for some reason. Like, yeah, I am, but like that was next level stupid. Like 8 hours I'm still not gonna get over that. How?
I have to try to do a super cut. She has to cut up that VOD because
it's the first fucking town hilarious. You go to.
I mean, in a rage-inducing way. Anyway, sorry about the problems with the stream tonight, guys. We'll be back tomorrow, and see you then. Thanks for joining us, Politicrat, and hopefully see you tomorrow as well.
I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, thanks again so much for that, man. All right, cheers, guys.